Hey guys, Sebbies is back. I do hope you all are doing well. So I recently posted a video on how to take the lock advice given on the Sebbies channel. I just felt this was necessary to make sure that my Sebbies, my subscribers, had a firm understanding of what I'm all about. You know, I've never been some prideful person who is just so arrogant and, you know, that he thinks that everything that comes out of his mouth is the only truth, right? As I said, I just like to work from my own experiences, and I'm a logical person, I'm a logical thinker, so I like for it to make logical sense. But as I was going through those comments, and thank you for those of you who did leave comments, they were very encouraging, I read a couple that really resonated with me and I wanted to read them to you. So the first one comes from 123 Leah M. It says, I found your channel by researching thinning locks, and I appreciate you sharing your journey and what you've discovered along the way. I thought I could not have locks again, but this gives me some hope. I understand that there are no guarantees that the braided roots technique will work for my hair, but this is an alternative, something new that I never heard or thought of, and I'm so glad to have the information. Thank you. You're very welcome. 123 Leah, I'm happy to help. Or to try to help. And then the next comment comes from Maz777 Naturals. She says, Sebbies, you're the best. Don't pay those negative people any mind. As you said, keep it moving. That braid technique is the bomb.com. And it's allowing me to continue with my semi-freeform journey a little longer. So I'm thankful to you for sharing that. I mentioned in my videos that you have to try techniques and routines for yourself. It's not the same for everyone. Stay blessed and keep sharing your experiences. So thank you very much, also, Maz777 Naturals. And so when I was reading these comments, you know, in my video, in that very video, I said that it's trial and error. It's trial and error. You have to test things out. Of course, not everything is going to work for everybody, but the only way you ever figure out what does work for you is to try it out. And then I started thinking about the things that I tried out, that I kind of, you know, took a risk, took a chance on. I understand the trepidation. I understand why people are leery about trying things out, especially if it goes against the grain. But then I realized that you just have to do it or you'll never make any progress, right? For instance, when I thought about how I now go 2 months and how, you know, during the winters, well, it was last winter, but I'm going to do it again this winter. Go 4 months without washing my hair. I would have never guessed that I would be someone who would wait 2 months and, you know, once a year, 4 months, go 4 months without washing my hair. Like, you know, and I got a comment recently from somebody that said, yeah, that's just unsanitary. That's the message that the culture, the community, whatever you want to call it, passes. You know, that's what it promotes. You don't wash your hair, you're dirty, you're nasty, you're unsanitary, without actually knowing the details of me not washing my hair, not knowing that I only retwist with water, not knowing that my hair completely dries really quickly after workouts, not knowing that I'm not caking up all this stuff that goes rancid in my hair, which is what people a lot of times are washing out, not knowing the condition of my scalp and seeing that I don't have all this dry scalp or dandruff flaking up out of my scalp, which is also something that people will use medication for, special shampoos to wash their hair out, not knowing that I drink a minimum of 4 liters of water a day. You know, all these things people don't know. They don't know the details, the things that make it possible for me to go that long without washing my hair. They just have heard that, hey, if you don't wash your hair, you're nasty. And so I would have never guessed that I would be someone who would go 2 months now without washing my hair, because I also bought into it. But one day I was watching Yanni's videos and I'm like, it makes sense. It makes logical sense to me. And I tried it, and it worked. It worked for me. I understand some people can't do it, so I'm not suggesting that they should, you know. I think one woman, she commented, she was like, yeah, I wish I could do it. I can barely go a week without washing my hair. That's fine, you know. I'm sorry that you can't partake in the bliss of being able to wash your hair infrequently, but I understand this because we're all different. And that's just one thing. One out of, I mean, there are many examples where I, through trial and error, finally figured out what worked for me. It's just like when I jumped on the no retwist bandwagon, right? and then my locks started to thin out. Everybody in the lock community was pretty much saying, yeah, you need to hold off on twisting, you need to do semi-freeform, you need to go freeform or whatever. And I blindly went with that, I blindly went with the crowd, and I suffered. My locks suffered, they thinned out. I had to do a lot of lock repair on those locks using my beard hair to fix that. Something said, hey, your locks are thinning out. This is not working for you. You need to try something else. Why continue doing something that is deleterious to your locks? And so once again, I took a chance and I started back retwisting once a month, and they started to regain their normal, healthy shape. And then, of course, later on down the road, I learned many other things. I learned how to get by without retwisting as frequently, but it was through trial and error that I learned. And so, I guess my message today to you is that the only way you're gonna really figure out what works for your hair is to try it. And some things may seem daunting, some things, you may have never found yourself considering, but if nothing else is working for you, then what is the harm in actually giving it a try, seeing if it could work for you, okay? So that's all I ask really, is that you have an open mind and that you be willing to respect the process of trial and error. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And even if you find that something does not work for you, that's still knowledge. You know, because you tried it, that hey, that does not work for you. You're not just relying on what other people have said won't work for you, right? You actually know now, and you can be confident in your decision to not use that. So, I don't know. It's a very interesting topic, very controversial, I'm sure, but it's just one more thing that I've learned in my journey, so I want to share that with you. Anyway, as always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. Sebbies, it's out.